We're doing a podcast. Yes, we're jumping on the podcast bandwagon. Probably like 2 years too late. Probably.
Let's call it 10 years too late if we're honest.
No, podcasts weren't a thing 10 years ago. I don't think.
I know.
Or not in the form as popular as they are now. But yeah. So this is our podcast that we set up. So it's called The Other Spice of Life.
That was your idea, by the way.
It was my idea, yes.
And I went with it because why not?
Yeah, well, I think it's a good play on words. Like, you know, variety is the spice of life, and we're variety because it's an interracial relationship.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
But is it variety if you decide to marry one wife or one husband? I mean, we digress. We digress. Shall we do the intro?
I guess that kind of was the intro, but I guess
Like
to give everyone an idea about what we're going to be talking about, it's just our life as an interracial couple. We were debating whether to do this with or without the cameras. So I guess you'd have the opportunity to try and guess which one of us is white and which one of us is black or whatever. But that's
that'll
kind
be
of
an easy guess.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, obviously. But
but what is it about your voice that makes you sound like your ethnicity? Like, what is it? I don't know, because you could have that accent, right? Like my accent, I wasn't born in the UK, so it's still got a little bit of Zim in it. But
I don't think it does at all.
It doesn't.
I would if I didn't see who you were, I would not have any question that you're fully white. You could definitely pass fully white with your accent.
Oh.
To me, at least. Yeah.
But could it be the pitch? Could I, if I don't know how to make my voice any higher, but we've literally done nothing except digress. Well, you've done
that's
the right
the point
thing.
of that's what happened in a podcast, right?
Okay, cool.
You have certain topics and then you go off on tangents. That's how it becomes natural and not forced.
But they don't even know our names.
No, but
Doesn't matter.
There's time. We'll get to that. We'll do it now then if that's what you want.
Well, I'm Barney.
Oh yeah, and I'm Tanya. So yeah, swap the names around.
I'm Tanya, and I'm 27 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm married to Barney, who is
28.
very old.
Yeah.
Yeah, very old. And
should have had a pause there and let everyone take their own guesses. Like, will I be offended or pleasantly surprised?
I don't know. I think 20s are tricky because there's some people in their early 20s who are looking very late 20s, and there's some people in their late 20s who are looking very 18. And then there's us in between, and I think we look exactly our age.
Yeah, I think, I said it to you a couple of times, like I'm at the age where I kind of want to start looking younger rather than older now, and I think the beard is not helping me in that regard, so, but then I think it goes so much the other way without the beard when I tried it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a long game, I think. I think let's just try and keep looking this age for as long as possible. Let's do the long game. Let's look after ourselves and we'll be all right. Let's not frown or stress too much.
You've got a couple of years left in the 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can still, we're still 20-somethings just about.
Not just about. If we're not 20-somethings, then how is... Anyway, because you're 28, your perspective is different.
Yeah, I've got months left, not years. I've got
Oh my gosh.
20 months or something like that. It's not a lot,
But 30 is a decent age.
30 is still young in the grand scheme of things. But,
yeah, and 40 is not bad either.
No, yeah. 40 is like, you probably got a good amount of money and you're kind of cruising.
Still young.
Yeah, you're still fit and everything. So yeah.
Exactly. But shall I set the agenda?
I mean, it's not a work meeting.
I know. I know.
I think this is the thing, you're trying to do it too like corporate. That's what you're used to doing. It's not about that. It's just about having a conversation. Like we've already gone off on like 3 or 4 tangents just from talking. So, but we can have the first topic if you know what it is.
The first topic is beef of the week and success of the week. Yeah. I'll get started. I'm sorry I didn't even give you a gap. My beef of the week is downstairs toilet. The downstairs toilet is for guests, not for humans who live in this house. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, and I've been looking on Amazon to buy a lock for a downstairs toilet, which I only have the key for. Look, the guilty party are not saying anything.
Oh,
He
I didn't know
doesn't
that's what you were going to say, but yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. And what else? Success of the week. My husband's a baker. So he came home and he started making tiffins. I mean, I don't want to turn it into a beef. My only beef is it didn't have marshmallows in it, but then technically that would make it Rocky Road.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a tiffin if it had marshmallows in it.
Oh, but I love marshmallows. Yeah. So, success, you're a great baker. That tiffin, need to stay away from it, honestly.
I'm surprised there's still some left over. It's been probably 5 days since I made it. But it's just one of those things, like a tiffin is like, you don't see it in the shops that much. So it's one of those things that you kind of just have to make yourself. And I don't cook and I don't bake things very often. But that's something that's really quick that you can just put it together in like 20 minutes and then it's done. You know, and then it lasts for so long. It's a huge like tray bake thing. You know, nothing healthy about it whatsoever, but it's just, you know, when
that's
you need that like sugar rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Fair. What's your beef and success of the week?
Towards me. The success was my tip. Oh, towards you.
Yeah, what's something I've done good?
Oh, I might have to circle back to that one. I don't know. The beef. If you want to use the downstairs toilet example, then you always leave that door wide open. So when you know, if you want to put a lock on it, I'll just take the door off because it's always open when you come through the front door. You walk through the front door, you've got another door straight there. It's like Takeshi's Castle. You're just trying to like bash through all the doors when you're coming in the house. So yeah, that room's just off limits for everyone, I think, because yeah.
Fair enough. I have a problem with doors.
Yeah, closing doors, putting things back where they were when you found them, that's leads to a wider problem.
I'm sure you're going to be really quick with your happy success of the week for me.
I'm still trying to think, if I'm honest.
Oh my god. Not the day off you had to go golf?
No, but I thought it was, what good thing have you done?
Yeah, where I looked after your child.
Oh yeah, no, that was good, yeah.
And then what am I describing the good thing I've done? You describe it.
You're teeing me up for that one.
Yeah.
Being able to just go out and play golf yesterday was nice, like have a bit of time, like just for me and my friends, so it was good.
And then what happened when you came back? What was available for you?
Dinner.
Yes.
Thank you, yeah. Although you did have your parents over at lunch, so it was kind of like you were doing it anyway, but yeah, it was appreciated. What's the topic, or what's the...
I thought I wasn't doing agendas.
Oh, okay, well, pick up.
Now you've asked.
Well, what are we going to talk about?
We are going to talk about how we met, and then we're going to talk about uni days, and you're going to we're going to tell each other about crypto and what happened there. Yeah, so how we met. Do you want to start or shall I? I'm sure we've got different stories.
You can start.
Okay, so how did we meet? You messaged me online. I think you said, "Hey, cutie." Was it?
Something like that. I mean, this is a long time ago now.
Yeah.
Back in the days where it was still, I guess, like risky to meet people online like that, and it didn't ever really go anywhere. As nowadays, it's like the only way that people meet people, really.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, so it's.
It was back in like 2015, and you're right. back then, like, Tinder was in its infancy, I think.
Yeah.
It just started, and
It was new, but it was still popular. Like, it
Yeah.
was still, like, the one... Like, it had, like, the whole market share, basically, of that, like, dating...
yeah, because
thing.
Bumble wasn't there yet.
No.
And do you remember when Tinder had Tinder Group?
Yeah.
That was such a dumb idea. Now, in what world would I be like, me and my group of girls want to meet a group of
Yeah.
boys?
I think that was
Why?
just, like, a safety element, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. So that was a bit of a... But yeah. We met online. And you messaged me. And we spoke over Christmas, didn't we? And I was in Namibia. And then you can tell how you introduced me to your family virtually. Do you remember? I was in Namibia. And what did you say to Granny?
Oh, yeah, they came... We went out for lunch or whatever. And I said you were from the wrong place.
Yes, so I'm not Namibian.
No.
My parents just
Made that clarification.
lived in Namibia.
Yeah.
I am... What's my nationality? Well, you should know this one.
In...
Of which, building on that, we were driving and you saw a flag on the back of a car.
Mm-hmm.
And what flag did you think it was?
I thought it was South African.
Yeah, he was like, this is the South African flag. I'm like, no, that's the Zimbabwean flag. The South African
It had
is
the
a
right
Y.
colours.
Yeah,
No, but it had like an outline, like a cutout. It wasn't just the flag. It was like a graphic that didn't look... It wasn't just the flag, so...
Yes, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're working on our Shona. We are. Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, on the spot. Shona words.
What?
It just say Shona words. Like a Shona word. Hello?
Macadee.
Yeah.
I don't know, Chimuka, just wake up.
Yeah. Am I stressing you out too much?
That's just all I can think of.
Yeah.
The ones that, yeah.
Okay, let's leave it at that. You do good enough at Shona. But yeah, so we met. Literally, we're going on the craziest tangents. We met. You told Granny that I was Namibian, whilst I was in Namibia, and I changed your Snapchat name to Queen Bee, so it looked like a feminine name.
Oh, I see. Oh.
But my mum saw straight through that.
Yeah.
She was like, "Who's Queen Bee? Who's Queen Bee?" I was like, "Oh no, it's just my friend who is so bossy. I'm calling her Queen Bee."
It was quite like I met your mum quite early on, I guess. In like looking back now, it felt, I guess, right at the time, but it was still quite early on.
You were still at uni.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it all worked out. Like fast forward, like 10 years later. Like,
Like, how did you get here?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to explore that on this this podcast. That's literally what we're here.
Compress 10 years into like 10 minutes.
Well,
do like a year a minute.
No, we're going to do podcast by podcast. So the plan is this episode 1 is uni days, right? Meeting, uni days, crypto, and we stop at the Lobola, right? The next one...
I think that's too much, personally. I think that's a lot to fit in. Like, unless you're doing like really quick notes.
Yeah, because we do keep going on a bit of a tangent. But this is... Okay, I'll tell you my plan and you can go... say what you want. Okay, we can cut it into 4, 5, 6. The next one would be talking about COVID and the 100 million weddings that we planned.
That's never been done before, has it? No one's ever talked about that on the podcast.
No, but that's about our life.
I know. But it's the same for everyone because everyone has to do the same thing.
I know, but this is our life.
Yeah. We sat in our house and everyone else sat in their houses and that was it.
And then after that, we're going to talk about moving to this house and having a baby. And what that's like. So let's do the best with the time that we have. So we've met. No, we're messaging online. And then I'm doing too much of the talking. So let me know if I
would just skip to like I don't know, where something like interesting happens, because we can feed it into the crypto stuff because we were together. That was still relatively early stages when you were living in London, and I would come and visit you on the weekends from university. So
I know, but
because you were working, you didn't go to university, you worked full time straight out of sixth form, and I was at university. So on the weekends I would go and see Tanya, and then do studies in the week.
And I'd do the same sometimes, and I got a bit of the uni experience
going
out. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna skip, even though I want to talk about how, like, our first meeting at the bus station. Do you remember?
Yeah.
We can do that, and then we can skip. So I then go to visit Barney, and I get off my lovely National Express. This is like UK buses. I get off the National Express, and then I see him. He looks exactly like his photo, which is really good because he literally looks exactly like your photo. Had the little earring. He was so cool. Had earring back then. Your little black jeans, and Barney loves to wear Superdry. He's not wearing it now, but he loves Superdry. And then I hid behind a pillar, except turns out you could see me.
Yeah.
And then I said hi. And your place back then had like 1 million girls in it. How many girls was it in the house?
4.
4 girls and 2 boys in the house. And yeah, that's how we met. We just hit it off, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good.
We just get along. Okay, so that's boring. Talk to me about how you absolutely nuked like your landlord's electricity bill mining crypto.
Maybe, yeah. I don't want to admit to that because he might watch it and chase after me. But anyway, yeah, the place we were staying in was all bills included, and this was like back in 2016, 2017, thereabouts.
Yeah.
And like everyone had gone home for the summer, like basically like now for anyone who's still at university. So everyone's like left their house and gone home. And I used to mine crypto, Ethereum, so I would like make my own like rigs out of the graphics cards and everything. So I would I set that up and I left it in my room running, and then I just went home. So I was basically getting free electricity and basically free money, which I don't know if he ever fully found that. He did find out. He went in my room and saw that it was there, but I don't think he touched it. He didn't do anything. So yeah, but
he was making bank, to be fair. Like your rent.
Oh yeah, student landlords. Yeah.
Yeah, your rent sounded cheap, but now if you multiply it by 5, it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we were cutting into the landlord's profit margin. But what I wanted to say about crypto was investing in Ethereum. So you invested, and I invested. So I invested like not a lot, right? I think when it was about 30 quid. Yeah, 30 quid.
That makes you seem like a real OG, but you wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't for me.
I should have bought bloody Bitcoin anyway. I bought it, and then I remember the Christmas. I don't know which year was it. The Christmas of 2018, when it reached like £1,000. I was like, I'm done here, mate. I'm out of here, and I sold it. But I didn't have that many. It was just a couple of grand. From about 100 quid, and I left. But do you remember when there was like initial coin offerings?
Yeah.
And people, like, it was just like wild. And I think if we had the benefit of hindsight, like perfect hindsight, but everyone wishes that. But we wanted to do an initial coin offering, didn't we? We thought about writing a white paper. Yeah.
But it's you need to have the right expertise. I'm conscious that we're going to be going too technical, and people are going to listen and not going to be that interested in the ins and outs.
Okay, that's the first time Barney's ever said, I'm not going to go too technical.
Well, it's not a technical podcast. It's about our life,
Yeah,
and that's a
but
part of our life. But
that was a hilarious part of our life.
yeah, that was good because it was like every day you'd wake up and be like, oh, I've like literally in my sleep I've made like
More money than
hundreds
going
of pounds.
to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't want to go into that, do you remember our interrailing? Travelling across
Mhm.
Europe? You can talk about that one. Do, do you remember? I can warm you in to warm up your memory. We started in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how old we are.
We must be 20. Yeah. 20. Yeah.
So yeah, we did an interrailing trip like like every young person does. Do some sort of gap year, whatever.
You're not the natural built storyteller.
I just can't think what I'm trying to think what happened in it. Like nothing like crazy or
Yes, it
fun
did.
happened.
It did. So we arrive in Berlin, right? And the first night we stayed in a nice hotel. Do you remember that was a nice hotel?
Yeah, to get us started, yeah.
And then the second hotel we stayed in was an 8-bed hostel where we slept with our money strapped to us. Did we even shower in that place? Because I was scared. I don't remember showering. We just left. So that was Berlin. So that was funny because you literally arrived like in a fancy bit. And do you remember looking at a Tesla? My memory's better than Barney's memory. Yeah. So Tesla. And then zoom. All the rest was boring. Dubrovnik. Do you remember what happened when you went on the boat ride in Dubrovnik?
Yeah. Being approached by
You tell the story. You need to talk.
we were approached by we were on a boat tour.
Yeah.
And it was really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I don't know who talked to who. I think we were just
they
close.
talked to us.
We were having lunch on the boat and they were close to us and probably overheard us talking and realised that we are also English. And so we got to talking. There's like two like elderly couples that are retired or whatever.
They would resent being called elderly.
Like, not they're obviously on holidays, so they're not at the point of needing to stay at home. But yeah, so then we got talking, and then they invited us out to dinner, which we weren't sure how to take that. If there was sort of some kind of subtext meaning behind that, but
we were scared.
Yeah, we took them up on the offer.
We didn't have 2 pennies strapped together in Croatian money.
We went to I don't know where it was. It was a really like fancy place that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to afford. So it was a nice experience. And I think they just wanted the company and to talk about their life experience. But yeah, it was a bit of an unusual encounter. But
it was funny.
I suppose it's those things that happen on trips that make it
fun.
Fun,
Yeah, and it turns out like they didn't live too far away from us.
No,
we didn't keep any contact details because we're terrible people. Or we were just winging it. We were just like, what's going on here?
I think we were a bit dumbfounded by the fact that they would just
paying.
Take us out for dinner and pay for it.
Yeah.
And not
Nothing.
kind of expect anything, or there wasn't any like
no
shady business or anything going on. So it was just a nice thing.
Two lovely couples.
Yeah, I think that's like, in this day and age, it's hard to just trust people at face value. So it's, nice that there's still like, just genuine people out there.
Exactly, and yeah, that was pretty decent. So, Dubrovnik was fun. It was beautiful, but I actually lied when I said there wasn't any other interesting places. Do you remember going to Warsaw?
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I like that. It was, you got a lot for your money in Warsaw. Not the warmest of places. It
Definitely
felt a bit.
Not.
It felt a bit. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, but also the atmosphere felt a bit. I don't know. Stoic, not depressing, but it felt. Yeah, I don't know.
If you conceptualize it, I get what you're saying, but if you conceptualize it and you're a new
Mm.
person going to London,
Yeah.
London is not warm because London is not about enjoyment. It's about business. It's the capital city, and I'm assuming Warsaw will be the same.
Yeah.
Because people going to work, this is like business. It's a big business hub. But I thought the funny thing about Warsaw was that if you look at Barney,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you fit in very nicely.
Yeah.
People,
I'm the Polish stereotype. Yeah. So much so to the extent that people would come up and talk to me in Polish, expecting me to understand them because I look that much like a Polish guy,
yeah.
which I'm not.
You sure?
And having to sort of apologise for the fact that I'm not Polish in English, and hoping that they understand me. So yeah, I've obviously got that
European look.
Yeah, the European look.
Yeah. And building on that, there's another place we went where you also looked like you fit in very well. Do you remember Copenhagen?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Even though it was a fleeting visit, literally went to Copenhagen for a day trip, basically.
Yeah.
It literally was a day trip.
6 hours.
Yeah. Fly to Copenhagen, go around the shops, do some sightseeing, see that mermaid thing, and then go
Fly
back
back
home
home.
the same day. Yeah, that was yeah.
Do you remember why we did it?
I think your friend was there or something, where you just went to see your friend while they were there.
Yes, and the flight was £20.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that freedom.
I'm surprised I did that. I don't feel like I'm not spontaneous anymore, like anywhere near.
Well, you can't be because you've got a baby.
Yeah, but even before, I don't think I would be like, oh, there's a £20 flight, let's just go and do it. I would just think of all like the
hassle,
the admin and the hassle of doing it versus like just the fact of seeing any place for half a day and then coming back. But
the other option was just stayed at home in the UK.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, just 20 quid doesn't get you anywhere, really,
exactly.
does it?
No, it's lunch.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, and it cost us more to get to Luton than it cost us to leave the country.
Yeah.
Which kind of shows the state.
I think that'll be my beef for next week because I think everyone's upset and annoyed at that.
Yeah.
To be honest, like you want to go on holiday and there's all these little things that add up and up and up.
Yep.
You get the headline advertised price, which is fine, but yeah, then you think, oh yeah, you have to like buy new suitcases or whatever, buy new clothes,
travel
for
insurance.
it. Well, that's not a lot for us.
Well,
but
you're saying add.
yeah, it does all add up. Yeah, transport to the airport, transfers to the hotel, everything, anything that's not included while you're there. So,
but I still love traveling.
Yeah,
you don't.
Not anymore as
No.
much.
No.
Which I think it just happens when you get older. Like
28.
Well, yeah, it's all downhill from here.
Really?
No,
I think life is in ebbs and flows. 20s, that 19, 20, 21, we were living large, right? Now we are settled, and then as soon as she grows up, I'm back on it.
So we've hit rock bottom, is what you're trying to say?
A little bit. we have hit rock bottom.
We've got a baby and we've hit rock bottom. That's
yes. Yeah. See us doing bedtime routine, walking around the town with a baby who won't nap. I mean, let's not get into that, but
we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, I'm sure that can be like a whole...
Oh, that could be a whole episode in itself.
Yeah, a whole business. But...
A whole business?
A whole business. Like, we could literally spend the rest of our life talking about what it's like to have kids. I can talk about it all day, all night. This could be like 100 million episodes. 100 million episodes.
But it's boring when you do it all day and then talk about it afterwards. But yeah.
Yeah.
You just pick out the nice bits and the funny bits. To have a positive attitude to it.
Yes, sir.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be we'll keep that in the back pocket for next time.
Exactly. So do you want to summarize and close off? I think we've kind of done what we can do for this episode.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this is a somewhat stimulating conversation for people listening and watching. And yeah, we've got a lot more to share, so stick around and see what else we come up with to talk about. Hopefully, yeah, it's interesting and gives you an insight into our life, whether you want to see it or not.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you have any requests or questions,
topics that you want us to talk about or stuff like that, that's always funny.
We're happy to do
yeah
but I'm Tanya.
Yep, and I'm Barney, so thanks guys for listening and watching, and catch you in the next one.
Thank you.